we're going to talk about this interesting concept called Purusha and Prakriti. Just to understand what is this Purusha and Prakriti, we need to, let's look at this very scientifically. Physics talks about this extensively, but we can use the physics connotations to narrate the story. We all know there is something called fixed, another called perpetual or in motion, anchor and propeller. Okay, there is something fixed, then something rotating around it or revolving around it or changing. For a simple reason, just for an example, if you look at a nucleus in an atom, you can look at our nucleus, an electron is kind of revolving around it. So that is revolving, that is changing, that is kind of constant motion, and protons are fixed. So fixed is called Purusha. The change or a changing is called Prakriti. And we can see this fix and changing across every aspect of life. Once you're able to kind of map this and start seeing this fixed and variable, you can literally do magic. And this particular power of understanding what is fixed, what is variable, opens a new dimension in your thinking. If you see, like, we have too many fragrances, that means the variety of fragrances are there, and every year these perfume companies or fragrance organizations are producing new scents or new smells. So if I consider these fragrances as variables or multiple fragrances, but what is fixed? What is that one thing which is not changeable? Fragrances are changing. What is not changing is the faculty of grasping these fragrances. That is nose. As we know, nose is fixed, fragrances are changing. Nose is Purusha, the Gandha, the fragrances are Prakriti. So understanding this fixed and change really opens the new dimension. So that really helps you to start seeing new meanings, new ways of interpreting, new ways of understanding this Thula world, this material world. And you can organize your thought and you can create new things. For example, let's take two more examples. I'll tell you what is fixed and what is changing. You look at any building. What is fixed in that building are the pillars. Okay? The pillars needs to be fixed, foundation needs to be fixed. But inside walls, you can change. You can, changing just walls between these pillars, you can make a bigger room or a smaller room. You can convert a room into bedroom, into a hall. So in this case, the pillars are the fixed Purusha. Walls, the partitions, are the Prakriti, which are changeable. You are creating a new environment by changing things. Based on this fixed formula. Fix will give adhara or existential power. The variation brings the aesthetic or a life or enjoyment. Without fix, you cannot enjoy this variable. Without fix, this variable doesn't have any meaning. Just having variable, you cannot sustain something because you need fixed. You cannot change the pillars. The moment you change the pillars, you collapse the building. The stability and beauty, that is where Purusha and Prakriti comes into play. Let's take another example. You asked me to pick up that sketch pen or a pen which is laying on the table. And if you ask me to write 10 words, whatever coming to your mind in this moment of time, I'll start writing maybe red, camera, I'm speaking, hand, fingers. Likewise, I write 10 words. These 10 words are written using that single writing instrument, pen or a sketch pen. What is unchangeable, fixed, is pen. What I produced using that fixed is variable, those different words. In this particular scenario, the words, the different words are a prakriti, a changeables. The fixed is used the same pen to produce those different words. So once you start mapping and once you start seeing this particular phenomenon, Prakriti and Purusha, the different platform or a different universe will open for you. You can see possibilities very differently. The whole effort of this particular discussion is just to show that there are different dimensions. There are a multiverse. We are living in a multiverse. And we all are entering into different realm or different world in every given moment of the time. So this is it for today's discussion.